Chapter 10 Project by Josh Wade. Now today, parents, this slideshow is all about trying to learn what special education is and how you can help your child performing it. Now, we first got to start off, there's one program part of special education, it's what is early learning. Basically, what early learning is it helps prepare your child with special needs to function in everyday society and school. If programs such as preschool or Head Start, which helps provide help for your child. And also, you have the right as a parent with a child with special needs to get into a program for your child, no matter what. As long as the program is within reach and within where you live, then you can perform it. You cannot be denied early learning for your child if the program exists where you live, which is really nice, you know? And they will even help provide money for it if you can't afford it. Also, the main factor of this is to help prepare your child to process what they're going to learn. Some laws that help those with special needs. Now, IDEA helps make special education programs and give protection with special needs. Now, what IDEA does, it also helps make up programs to, like, saying, okay, your child is deaf, blind, and dumb. So, you then make a program out to help your child function and learn everything they need to do. Americans with Disability Act, what that does is that it makes sure your child, once he gets out into the workforce, is able to get a job. He can't be discriminated against as long as he is able to perform the job, which is an important factor. Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act also prevents discrimination on the basis of the disability. So, for instance, if you're blind in one eye, you're born blind in one eye, and you want to work at a cashier, it's like, oh, you can't do that. We won't be able to see everything. It's like, no. As long as you're proven to be able to be functional and able to perform the job, you'll be able to do it. Now, sometimes the question is, what is a disability? It's something that hinders a person's physical, mental, or physical capabilities. There are multiple categories of disabilities. There's 10 altogether. For instance, some of them are autism, deaf blindness, multiple disabilities, intellectual disabilities, and many more. People who normally have it have a slower or harder time learning and understanding things, like people with autism or blindness or other impairments that hinder their learning. You can also see a list of this at any special education website or even at the Department of Education. Now, the big question is, what are your rights as a parent? You have the right to review your child's educational records at any time to make sure your child is learning and being able to process it. That's basically what that means. Excuse me. You have a complete confidentiality agreement with the staff and teachers, so anything you discuss with them, they are not allowed to discuss without those you gave them permission to discuss it with. So it's basically the same thing as when you talk to a psychiatrist, they're not allowed to discuss with anybody. The ability of a parent to obtain education evaluations for their child. So basically what that means, like, okay, I want to test my child somewhere else. I don't trust you people. So basically you can have outside people test it and also teach your child. Parents are able to participate in meetings pertaining to their child. Now, for instance, they think, oh, aren't we already allowed to do that? Well, yeah. But for instance, if there's a staff faculty meeting about special education, you're able to observe due to the fact you have a child with special needs. They also make sure to explain all procedural safeguards that pertains to their child. It's pretty important, basically saying like, hey, we can do this, but we can't do that type of stuff. The assessment process. Now, first, there's 3 steps. First, they figure out what disabilities your child may have. Like, for instance, once I went over, blind, deaf, autism, all that other stuff. Once they know it, they can start building a program for it, which is the second step. Second, they start to see what program services are available to your child. Like, for instance, Head Start, a helper, a handler, or anything of the sort. Then, lastly, they make a program personally tailored for your child, which is, I think, it's pretty good. So they're able to plan out this program to help the child to the best of their needs. Now, services that may be provided. Like, for instance, if you want some assessment service done, you can go to STEP, Early Child Special Education, and High School Transition for Students with Disabilities, which I've had a few friends who had to use a high school one, and that really helps them make sure to understand what they're doing, what they're going to have to do, where they should be placed. Also, you can go to the Department of Education. They'll be able to help provide you with any services you may need. Parents' Rights, which is a very good national program that makes sure the parents are able to get what they need to understand all that stuff. South Dakota Parent Connection, that's another good one that's there in South Dakota. They'll help make sure that you have all the information and needs met, that make sure your child succeeds in all their life. Now, rights as a South Dakota parent. This is an interesting one. It's pretty basically the same stuff as before, except for a couple caveats. Child is able to train the classroom that is inclusive, same as another classroom. Child is able to provide with any help that may need succeeding for in the classroom. So, for instance, a handler or somebody else to help work out problems. Parents may look over the curriculum if they believe in not meeting their child's needs. Parents can get an individualized program for the child to use during school. So I hope this slideshow has been informative and you know more as a parent about what you can do for your child with special needs.